Good morning to you, our team and viewers out there. We are broadcasting live from ITV this morning on your program of choice. This morning on ITV, and we are broadcasting live from Mpape Hill here in Abuja. Yes, today is another Thursday, the day that is devoted to you and I and the project of national reconstruction agenda, nationalism and you. A call of modern nation for all the children of Nigerian system to be loyal to the building of a Nigerian nation of our collective dreams, aspirations, and goals. I am Ebenezer Oyetakin, your host. As is usual the case on this program, we take our article of faith. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity, and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God, and so may God help us. All of these are not for entertainment and for ceremony. We are only sending out a strong signal for us all to recollect the wordings, the pledges of our national anthem. The reason we have national anthem is because it is essentially our article of faith, defining the path of the nation we want to build, the character, the shape, the nature of a country we desire to have. If we reflect on these wordings and we act accordingly, definitely we will be moving in bounds and leaps and building a nation that's worth our collective aspirations and goals. Moving forward, like Tanko Muhammad, like Justice Onoge. We remember vividly that it was an election year in 2019 when a smoke of corruption was tagged on the former Chief Justice of the Nigerian nation, Justice Onoge, and he fell to it. It is another election year raising in, and a question of corruption, as we talked about here last week, a question of dereliction of duty and all of that, and a protest by the justices, about 14 of them, of the Supreme Court against Justice Muhammad Tanko. All of that snowballed into the resignation of Justice Muhammad Tanko within the week. Whatever the cases are, whatever the issue, one thing is very important. The judiciary of a nation will continue to remain a mirror at which the nation is perceived, both locally and internationally, and a mirror also at which the society will be viewed. So, it should not just end at resignation. Nigerians are willing to know, ought to know, and to understand what led to the resignation. Will it be explained away by the issue of health, or does it have to do with corruption? If it has to do with corruption, then the nature and character of corruption should be explicit so that others will learn and will continue to self-deterrence, because that is how to build a nation, that is how to correct a system, and it will not just augur well for resignation, go, sin no more syndrome. That being that, will also within the week was a celebration or a marking of the 26th of June as the day set apart by the United Nations organization to resist drug abuses, illicit drug abuses and trafficking. 26th of every year has been devoted by United Nations as a day to raise fundamental awareness about drug abuses and trafficking on illicit drugs. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibajo, emphatically declared that Nigeria is winning the war against drug abuses and illicit trafficking of drugs. The chairman of the NDLEA also corroborated or explained it better, because he is in charge, how the organization has been doing so much to ensure that the war against drug trafficking is won. However, General Buba Marwa also called on Nigerians to help the agency with timely information and play their role at home fronts to ensure that a case of drug abuses and trafficking are checkmated by all and sundry, putting our hands on the deck to ensure that we play our own role to address this menace. And honestly and candidly, it is the way to go if we must save our country, because nothing destroys a nation like drug abuses and trafficking and trading on illicit drugs. They create animals out of people. They lead to a situations where security challenges can be aggravated. Human beings behaving as if they have no emotion, no feelings. Dastardly killings become the hallmark of a society that is engrossed in drug abuses. Particularly, we must save our youth from the temptations of taking to drug as a way of escaping the reality of harsh economic weathers. By providing and working to provide them with meaningful life, meaningful and gainful employment, and constructively engages them in the process of nation building, by giving them absolute sense of belongings and demonstrating to them that we care. No one that is worth his persons will want to take to drug addictions, because it can erode both your destiny and your future, a future of a nation. Moving forward, Zamfara state government wants to see guns licensed for Zamfara state citizens. We also are aware that many people in the past have been suggesting should Nigerians be licensed to carry gun, arm themselves in the face of security challenges. Is that the way to go? But many people are of the strong opinion that democratization or licensing guns for citizens will create another great challenge that may have to do with social security, social violence. The democratizations of guns in countries, advanced nations such as United States, some of us has come face to face with the reality, and even the United States, we think, have been trying to see if they can contain it, let alone our country where our system has not been effectively synchronized. Can we afford that? The military authority also raged against it and said, no, it is not the way to go. Then what do we do? The people must be saved anyway. The people must have good sense of security. The people must be able to sleep with their two eyes closed. The people must be able to have the sense of security in the terms of their means of livelihood, life and property are secured. So, what is the way to go? Let us rejig our security architecture to be more effectively responsive. Let us filter the bad eggs within our security forces that are betraying our security forces in their fight against terrorism. Let citizens rise to ensure that we play our role by diligently supplying timely informations, reporting those that we know are tilting towards raising issue of security, endangering our environment. If we work together with our security forces and we cooperate and we stand as a nation in unity against these challenges, we can assure you we will overcome them. This is where we draw in the curtain today on this first broadcast, but don't change the channel because more are coming for you, including 2 segments of discourse.